Okay, we are live. So good evening, everyone. Welcome back to one of our sessions. And this particular session is going to be about corporate communication. It's really going to be a useful session. So be attentive. And what we will talk now, we will talk about what are the career options in corporate communication and what exactly is corporate communication all about. We'll talk about written communication, oral communication. We won't extend it and stretch it much. We will keep it to the point, and that is what the plan of the day is. So guys, let's start. What is corporate communication? First of all, is there are two ways of looking at it. Communication is communication. The way we communicate, it is an art. So when it comes to corporate, there are two ways of looking at it. One, when we deal with the people who are outside our organization. Second thing is when we deal with the people who are inside our organization. Corporate external people, they can be like our clients can be there, our customers can be there, then the regulatory bodies can be there, the government who form policies, all these things can be there, then a mass public can be there. So these are a form of external communication, external audience, and we communicate with them. Similarly, agar apan internal ke baare mein baat kare, so like we have teams there, we have people reporting to us, there are people who we report to, then HR team is there, then policies are there, then newsletters are being shared on regular basis. तो ये सब चीजें internal communication में रहता है. So इसमें भी like there is again a further bifurcation. इस communication का इतना ज्यादा scope है कि उसके काफी सारे degrees है. Communication का ये नहीं है कि it is only specific to how you talk, how you deal. Most of us, if we are working somewhere, that is what the key takeaway for us will be. But communication का एक अलग ही बहुत सारा स्केल पर चला गया है, जहाँ पर से उसका Okay, there have been some problem. I was just dropped. Anyways, let's continue from where we left. और अगर अपन verbal communication की बात करें, so we all know. But let's make it in a particular manner how we can understand it. Meetings रहते हैं, that is a kind of verbal communication. Then press में जो meetings रहते हैं, press releases रहते हैं, that is a form of verbal communication. Then interviews रहते हैं, that is also a form of verbal communication. फिर अपने अपने colleagues के साथ interact करते हैं, वो भी एक verbal communication है. We interact with your managers, वो भी एक verbal communication है. We interact with your juniors, that too also is a verbal communication. This is the point of telling all these things is because communication हर जगह useful रहेगा. और once you learn this art, your career and your life, everything will go very smooth. So that is why you should know something about communication. Let's अभी अगर career की बात करें, तो you remember we spoke about written type में communication जो है, काफी सारे चीजें like media और publication relations का रहता है, then customer communications रहता है, फिर stakeholders के साथ रहता है. So उसके बाद में काफी सारे टाइम पे अपने को communicate करना पड़ता है parties से. और इसको formal courses इसके लिए है because we have to be very sure about what or image as a company is going to the external people. तो इसके लिए professionals hire करते हैं. Like professionals के लिए there are specific courses like mass communication की काफी सारे bachelor degrees है. फिर उसके बाद में masters degrees है, so master in science in corporate communication आता है. Then MS is also there in communication. So ये सब अगर आप degrees, if you want to specifically make your career in that, then this is what you can look at. और इसमें like now digital marketing has come, then content writing has come. तो ये सब करने के बाद एक these are all a part of like how you communicate with the mass people. So ये सब चीजें आपको उसमें आ जाते हैं. So now अगर ये तो एक समझो we are talking about a career point of view. So you can explore all these platforms और काफी सारा scope है. अब verbal communication की बात करें, तो this is communication that we use day in day out. But if you are a part of few functions like human resource management, then public relations management, then social media, और पूरा जो आप communication जो drive करते हैं उसका strategy बनाते हैं, वो भी एक department रहता है. So if you are a part of that, then it's again important for you to have some degree. अगर डिग्री नहीं है तो भी चलता है, बट डे टू डे बेसिस में भी बहुत सारा यूजफुल रहता है. अब गाइस, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन, राइट, सो नाउ वी नो के कम्युनिकेशन का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है, व्हाट इज द स्कोप ऑफ इट, कॉर्पोरेट्स में कैसा यूजफुल होता है. सो नाउ लेट्स सी, let's assume that we are not making specific career in communication. If you want to make a career, whatever thoda sa explore karo, or whatever we have discussed, start working towards that. That would be your areas and expertise. Agar uske alawa, if you are already working somewhere, or if you are you have your own setup and there are employees reporting to you, then uske bare mein let's talk something about that. As communication should be like, we should answer a few questions when it comes to communication. We should always keep in mind that why are we communicating, where are we communicating, when are we communicating, and who are the people who are listening to us, and why are we communicating. So these few things, once we know that about these things and keep these things in mind while communicating with the people, so by doing this, automatically the person with whom you are communicating, you will raise valid points, you will raise points at right time, you will be well prepared, and that person will understand you and accordingly he will act. So basically that is what communication, one step of communication is. Whatever you have to say it in such a manner that the person whom you are speaking to, or the group which you are speaking to, if you are speaking in front of audience, if you are releasing any press conferences or any readable material, the whole idea is keep in mind about whatever we said, why, when, who is the audience, where, what time. Whenever you keep these things in mind, automatically आपका communication के जो points आप raise करोगे, that would be good. And again guys, another thing is like, communication की बात ऐसी नहीं है कि you have to use complicated words या बहुत बड़े बड़े words करना चाहिए. It's not actually required. It's good to know those words, because when someone uses those words, you understand that. But it's not generally required for you to be using those flowery and big words. The whole point is keep it simple so that everyone understands it. उसको simple तरीके से use करो and everyone understand it. As it's not that if you are using very high and very words which are like are not known to other people, it doesn't mean that you are a good communicator. वो उसका parameter नहीं है, that is just a part of it. So say it doesn't matter whether how big words or how tough words you use, whether you are roaming with dictionary and you are using your dictionary. वो नहीं है. Communicator, if someone is not even able to speak proper English, but if he is able to communicate his message well, if he is able to convince you, if his words are touching your hearts, if you get convinced, that is what a good communicator is. Right? So that is something basic. Keep it simple. Simple रहने के साथ साथ guys, always be polite, be clear, and be accurate. Whatever we are communicating, keep it up to a point. That there is no point in roaming here and there. यहाँ पर घूमकर. Keep it to the point. Keep it to the point. Keep it clear. Keep it simple to understand, and be polite while communicating. Because whenever it happens that if you are not being polite while communicating, if you are showing that you are commanding and you are just forcing others to use, it will not go in a good way. This thing is more useful if you are working as a leader somewhere and then you have a team and people are reporting to you. And if you are using not being clear, not being good with them, if you are being arrogant and you are not being the gentle person or kind person, it will not be good. It doesn't mean that you have to always be kind while speaking. Yes, there are a few things wherein you have to stress and specify so that people understand the importance of that. So काफी बार ऐसे होता है कि like when I was working in corporates and some of the companies, and people when they used to report us, काफी बार ऐसे होता है कि like when they used to report us on day one on bench, our communication with them was very different. But if they are not ready to listen, if some things are getting tough, if they are doing their own thing, then yes, you have to express yourself in a particular manner, specifying and stressing and focusing on the point that you want to communicate. तो हमेशा ही ऐसा ठीक है, कर लो ना, कर लो ना, कर लो, दैट इज नॉट द कम्युनिकेशन. कीप इट क्लियर, humble, gentle, polite रहो, because rash language नहीं जाना चाहिए. Being polite doesn't mean that you will not communicate the message that you want to communicate. Message should be very clear. ये करना है, ये चाहिए तो ये चाहिए. That is the most important thing. Guys, और उसके बाद जो है काफी सारे चीज लोग रहते हैं कि भाई इंग्लिश नहीं आ रही है, so people are worried about that. एक specific language नहीं आ रही है, people are worried about that. As I said, guys, similarly, कम्युनिकेशन के बारे में जो है, जैसे कि बिग बिग वर्ड्स एंड कॉम्प्लिकेटेड vocabulary is not essential for being a good communicator. Similarly, having a command over language is just a part of it. It's not the entire communication. So उसके बारे में उसका मतलब काफी सिंपल है. So it's not that if you are not in a position to speak proper English, आपका communication lack हो रहा है, वैसा नहीं है. So start working towards it. Of course, guys, you have to work. If you are not ready to put that particular effort, you will not get anything. और यही चीज जो है, you know, it's applicable for anything in life. If you want to do something, you have to do your own push-ups, right? You can go to gym. If you have lots of money, you can go to gym, you can speak with the people, you can give them the money, but actually the actual effort has to be made by you. Push-ups jo hai, pull-ups jo hai, running jo hai, you have to do it. Similarly, communication mein jo hai, if you want to learn communication, if you want to improve your English as well, you have to put in step by step effort towards it. Like, there are many ways how brain acquires knowledge, right? There are, read kar sakte hai aap, that is a way how brain acquires new techniques. Then you can listen, then you can see, you can read, you can listen, you can read the YouTube, you can follow someone who is good at communication, who is your role model. ये सब चीजों को करोगे, राइट? जब आप YouTube पे कुछ प्रॉपर वीडियोस देखोगे, सबटाइटल वाली चीजें देखोगे, अगर आप मीडिया में जाना चाहते हैं, if you are looking at that, so you have to make those efforts to keep working towards it. And that is how your communication will improve. And उसके साथ में इंग्लिश भी हो जाएगा. Then another important thing that you need to keep in mind is, this thing is like, communication, guys. You talk about eye contact, right? Eye is such an amazing thing. Without saying anything, it says anything. That is how expressive eyes are. Eyes are not that, okay, eye has its own importance. So that eye contact will have to be there. Once you maintain that eye contact, आप बिना बोले के भी बहुत कुछ बोल दोगे. If you have that proper eye contact, the people will not talk in front of you. That is what, eyes are very different, guys. It is just eyes, the eye contact, it matters a lot. It denotes how much confident you are. The first thing is, अगर आप किसी के आंख में देखकर बात कर रहे हो, it means that you are a confident person and you can have a word with him. अगर आप समझो किसी से बात कर रहे हो and like you are looking here and there, you are not looking in his eyes, ये clear cut indicator जाता है कि ये बंदा जो है confidence में lack करता है. And lacking at confidence is not a sign of a good communication. वो communicate ही नहीं कर पाएगा. Even if you are having a word with some people, if you are communicating with your seniors, if you are communicating with your team members, if you are communicating with anyone who is a post of more authoritative than you, then also you have to maintain that eye contact. थिंग्स को लाइटली नहीं लेना है, गाइस. और ऐसे नहीं, घूरना नहीं है. इट्स नॉट दैट आई कांटेक्ट का मतलब घूरते बैठना नहीं है, डराना नहीं है उसको आंखों से. दैट्स नॉट द केस. बट द होल पॉइंट इज के आई कांटेक्ट रखो. दैट इज हाउ यू शुड कम्युनिकेट. और पूरा डिस्कशन में भी नहीं, लाइक 70-30% थोड़ा सा इधर उधर देख लिए, इट्स गुड, इट्स फाइन. बट ऐसे ये रहता है कि आप सबसे पहले you have that confidence, then you are interested. The people will having a word with a group, they don't even look at the person, they keep doing their own stuff and someone is communicating. It means that ye banda jo hai, he is not even interested in what he's saying. So first of all, you have to look at the person. Eyes mein dekhne se, that is also important. You should turn towards the person. That are the few things. Uske sath sath jo hai, body language also comes along with it. Because what we talk is just a part of it. Content is just a part of what we communicate. Then body language comes with it. How we talk, what are our facial expressions. Guys, ये सब चीजों से आप जब चीजें communicate करोगे, जब आपके चीजें आपके favor में बनते चले जाएंगे. That is how it's going to be. पोस्चर सही रखो. हाउ यू आर सिटिंग. आर यू लाइक काफी सारा कम्युनिकेट करते करते काफी सारा एकदम हाथ बंद करके खड़े बैठे हो, ये वो नहीं. You have to be attentive, you have to be active. नहीं तो होता क्या है guys, अगर आप 4 लोग एक टीम में हो, 5 लोग एक person who have communicated it, manager will feel that ये बंदा जो है, this person is the right guy. So communication important है जो अपन कर रहे हैं, to let the people know about what we are doing, what we are suggesting, what value are we adding. So it's very important. Specifically जब meetings में कोई communicate करते हैं, right? People are a bit hesitant. अगर समझो आप आपके junior से बात कर रहे हो ये वो, तो it's like you are less hesitant to speak to them. But अगर आप कोई reporting manager से या कोई senior से या कोई बड़े लोगों से, director level, VP level, if you are having a word with these people, automatically थोड़ा सा you start being hesitant. And the first thing to kill about this thing is, just if someone is asking a question, just forget about everything. What will people think about me? Just be prepared. Raise your hand and answer. एक दो बार आप ऐसे कर लोगे, automatically you will increase, start having a good communication. So this is most important thing. उसके बाद जो है guys, जो अपना tone जो रहता है, it should not be like, अगर कोई book है, आपके पास एक book करके read करते जा रहे हो ना, so that is the incorrect thing to communicate. That is not what communication is. आपके words जो है, wherever you have to stress on a specific part, then you have to stress on that. अगर आप पूरा एक ही फ्लो में करेंगे, वो इंटरेस्टिंग ही नहीं रहता है. So these things will have to be taken into mind. फिर उसके बाद में these are the qualities while you are trying to communicate something, right? When you are trying to talk something, talking itself is not a communication. It is one phase of it. Then person will say something. How good listener you are. That is again an important part. And this thing will come specifically into picture when you are having a word with someone, you are having a word with your manager, in a meeting, or if you are interviewing someone, or if, just give me a sec guys. Okay, so it is just a part of it. What we say, it's a part of it. How we say, it's a part of it. The second important part of it is how we receive. And this thing will be useful for you in an interview, in any meeting. Because if you are not listening to someone, what they have to say, then you will not understand the whole context. Communication एक webinar या seminar नहीं है. Communication, you have to communicate. फिर सामने वाला कुछ, it's a discussion. Ultimately communication turns out to be a discussion. आप कुछ बोलोगे, फिर वो उसकी point रखेगा. And yes, webinars and these things are also a part of communication. But जब discussions में करते हैं, जब meetings में करते हैं, then the one-to-one formal communication, informal communication करते हैं, how good we are, how good listener we are. अपन समझ रहे हो बराबर, अपन ज्यादा रश नहीं कर रहे हैं अपन, then you will understand what the person has to say. Then we will understand, then we will think properly a logical point towards it, and then you will frame those words in a particular manner, और उसके बाद में आप उसको reply करोगे. That is what it is guys. और उसके बाद में guys, that completes the cycle. First of all, आप कुछ बोल रहे हो, उसको confidently बोल रहे हो, फिर उसके बाद में he understands it. If he says something, if he responds something, आप उसको समझ रहे हो properly, then उसको respond कर रहे हो. Then discussions, like generally whenever a discussion goes into a debate, it's just a red flag. जब भी अगर आपको कोई discussion debates में जाना चाहिए, don't get much stressed about it. Generally अगर आप कोई discussions को in the form of debates कर रहे हो, then the person is not ready to listen to you first of all. So अगर वैसे आपके discussions हो रहे हैं जहाँ पर you are trying to make a point, then someone is not ready to listen you. The thing is very simple. Just do not overthink about it. एक proper तरीके से discussion को close करने की कोशिश करो, और उसमें like do not get too much worried even if things doesn't go. And if you are the person, always have that open mind to listen to someone. They might have something to say which you are not aware of. They are prospective towards the thing. In a meeting, if there is something which they are not aware, you are not aware of, they may have to share that. So you have to be a person who is not in a form of debate and fighting kind. If you are attending any particular discussion with that, then you won't understand anything. You will just listen to respond. You do not have to listen just to respond. You have to listen to just not to react. Sorry, you have to listen to respond. So you listen it, you process it, you understand it, then you respond it properly. खाली react करने से कुछ नहीं होगा. So guys, these are a few things which I thought of covering in a quick form of thing when it comes to communication. So career-wise भी काफी सारी चीजें हैं. Things has been increasing. You can do many things when it comes to media marketing भी है. हर एक चीज है. You can professionally become that. और उसके बाद भी जो है अगर आप human resource में हो, then also it's useful thing for you. आप public relation में हो, आप आपकी कंपनी का जो है कुछ इंटरव्यूज ये वो हैंडल कर रहे हो, या फिर आप आपकी कंपनी का मीटिंग्स ले रहे हो, कुछ मास प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस ले रहे हो. सो दोस थिंग्स उसमें भी काफी सारा करियर है. सो यस, दैट इज व्हाट इम्पोर्टेंट कम्युनिकेशन इज. एक सही तरीके से करो. उसके बाद में रिटर्न कम्युनिकेशन रहता है, ईमेल्स रहता है. इफ वी टॉक समथिंग अबाउट दैट बिफोर रैपिंग एज वेल, guys, whatever you are writing, it should be up to the point. Okay, it should be up to the point. But generally अगर काफी सारे चीजें अगर हाईलाइट करने हैं तो yes, go ahead and highlight it. That is what I would suggest. There are two type of people, guys. Okay, there are a few people who will say that खाली उतना ही लिखो, but there are a few people which I have observed while working in corporate that they will feel happy if you write 1 or 2 points. It's not that कुछ भी vague लिखो, but yes, if you express something that what have you done, what efforts have you taken regarding that particular point, उसके बारे में अगर आप एक पॉइंट डाल दिए ज्यादा तो दे विल फील हैप्पी अबाउट दैट. बट द होल पॉइंट इज ज्यादा ड्रैग नहीं करना है, बिकॉज द पीपल विल नॉट कीप सिटिंग एंड रीडिंग द एंटायर स्टफ. बट जहां पर भी यू हैव टू एक्सप्रेस वो पॉइंटर्स में डाल दो, एंड एक ऊपर बराबर मेन पॉइंट लिख के पॉइंट पे बात करो, सो दैट द पीपल कैन लिसन टू इट एंड कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट ईमेल वेरी वेल. दैट इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल्स ऑफ राइटिंग एन ईमेल. और ग्रामेटिकली ये सब चीजें जो है व्हाइल यू प्रिपेयर ऑन सम स्टफ, स्टार्ट वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट. वो preparation actually हो जाएगा. So that is, guys, that is what I wanted to share. I thought of speaking about it because it is one of the most important things. It can solve your professional issues. It can help you reach new height of your career. And at the same time, if you apply all these things with your friends, with your friend circles, then you will definitely see that better difference. So that's it, guys. That is what I wanted to share. Anything else that you want to add or you want to ask, Nigar, or shall we proceed with the closure? So that's it, team. We will be closing this particular session. I wish you all the best. We'll catch up soon with some similar kind of webinar or value add. It would be again a YouTube live. And of course, I will be sharing the link in our group as well. Whoever are available at that point of time and whoever is really interested, then I welcome you. And if someone is not interested, it's better you generate that interest toward these things, because these things will help you. Just being a part of a crowd will not help you, guys. Thank you, guys. Take